All right, let's talk about one of the most painful parts of making videos. Maybe you've experienced this even if you're just starting to make videos for fun. That's finding the darn music. See, once you have an idea, that's exciting. You can't wait to get started. But then at some point, you need to find the musical tracks that you're going to use in your production. And sometimes this can be easy. Sometimes this can be hard. So let's get into it. I have a couple tips for you today. Now, the first actually involves making sure you do things the right way. You don't want to use copyrighted music that you don't have the rights to use because that can get you in trouble. So what I encourage you to do is find music that you're allowed to use. Now, one way to do this that's cheap when you're starting out, and it doesn't get cheaper than this, is to search for free music. There's YouTube channels around that offer free music, and all you have to do is give credit in the video to the creator of that music. YouTube has their own sound library that you can search through. Now, these aren't always the best options, so the next recommendation is to create an account with a music library. Right now, I'm using Soundstripe and Artlist. And the reason I like these is because, as I said, it's a library of music. It used to be, years ago, that you were purchasing each license for each individual track. And sometimes you could find cheap ones, but you were spending usually at least 10, 15, sometimes $40 or more for an individual track. Now with Soundstripe and Artlist, you pay an annual fee and you have access to a library that they continue to add to. And so that's always the first source that I turn to. I'll look in each of these libraries and try to find what I'm looking for. Then if I can't find what I'm looking for, that's when I turn to some of the other websites that I used to use to purchase individual tracks. Sites like Audio Jungle, Pond 5. There's a number of sites that I've turned to, and I'll try to look up and see what some of the other ones are and leave links down in the description. Hopefully with this next tip, it's going to help you to try not to eliminate the pain of searching for music, but maybe minimize it a little bit. And here's that tip. If you create accounts with these sound libraries, start doing the work in advance, start curating your own library, because as you search, there's going to be tracks that you're not interested in, that you just know, I'm probably never going to use that in a video. And so you keep scrolling and you listen, and there's going to be things that you say, hey, you know what? I don't know that I see myself doing a video like what this music would fit anytime soon, but if it comes up, this would be a track I use. So then you download it, you throw it in your own library, and you go through this process so that, like I said, you're curating your own library that is your first source to turn to when you're looking for music. And you would be surprised at how often this has saved me a little bit of time. Now, it's not going to be a perfect solution because each project is unique, but something else that will happen if you do this once in a while is this will also help you to generate ideas for projects. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus tip. This library that you're creating, if you have an idea for a project you're going to make, sometimes it's best not to wait until you shoot the footage for that project, but to visualize and plan things out in advance and figure out what is the feel you're going for? What is the music that you think would fit what you're trying to create? And find that music in advance. Use it as a guide in planning out your shot list and in figuring out the dynamics of what you want to capture so that everything fits and the energy of the music and what's happening on camera matches right out of the gate. So those are my tips for you today. I hope you found them useful. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave the video a thumbs up and a comment down below, and I'll see you soon with another video. Thank you for your time.